3 races into the 2025 Herr Sprint Series season. We've had 2 different winners. We've seen Alexander Lowe go 2 in a row, and we've had 2 different pole finishes in the first 3 races. Today we are at Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia for race 4 of the season. It is the Georgia 150 and the Sprint Series night in America here on AEG, the channel. Hello everybody, it's Nathan Safety here, and welcome back to the Herr Sprint Series for race number 4 here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and we are in for a fun 125 laps of action. And knowing how it's been so far this season, we just have to wait and see what we see here tonight for race 4 of the Herr Sprint Series. We got someone different in the booth this week. We got the owner of Atlanta Motor Sports. It is none other than Herr up here in the booth. Welcome to Atlanta.
Happy to be up here in the booth here for a Sprint Series of races. They're a lot of fun to watch and ought to be a lot of fun to call, especially here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. This track is really interesting to watch races at, and this race should definitely be a lot of fun. A pretty short race ahead of us here tonight, but should still see a lot of action in store here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm really looking forward to see how this goes.
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. A little bit of a preview as well before we get to the Wawa Cup Series race here later on in the week. And it's going to be a good one. Multi-group racing, and we'll see what ends up happening early on in the Herr Sprint Series. Alexander Lowe, he's gone 2 in a row, and oddly enough, he's gone 2 in a row in 2 different colors. He's in a 3rd different color here today, and we'll see if he can go 3 in a row. He has a 5.8 over Anthony Hernandez and the number 96 most of the season, but he's not in the field today, so that's not good for Hernandez. And Abel is in 3rd, -10. Chase McClure is in 4th, -24. Hallie Anderson Jr. is in 5th, -25. Same with Carson Miller. BB Ruiz is in 7th, -28. Campbell Mosher is in 8th, -31. Andrew Williams is in 9th, -32. And then Corey Case rounds out the top 10 in points, 35 points behind Alexander Lowe. Still a very early part of the season. But I'm going to ask you, what do you think we'll see here today at Atlanta Motor Speedway for race 4 of the season?
We are here at the older version of Atlanta, the more intermediate kind of Atlanta. So I'm expecting a lot of great racing here. This track is honestly a little bit slippery, and like you said, kind of got a multi-groove surface, so it could pretty much about make any line work if you put your mind to it. So we definitely should see a lot of interesting racing. And it's going to be interesting to see how these guys work with the short 25-lap race distance, because not a lot of time to get from the back to the front. So I'm definitely sure that these guys will probably be aggressive going in. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Is that okay?
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be very interesting to say the least. And especially, like you said, some drivers that started deep in the field that did not participate last week, and we'll see how that goes. We got Chase McClure on the pole in the number 50, and alongside him is Aaron Abel in the number 37. And then we got Andrew Williams in the number 13, and then there's number 64 of Sammy Camara this week. The 05 is Warren Smith, and the 57 of BB Ruiz. The 87 of Campbell Marsh, and the number 39 of Hallie Anderson Jr. Then the number 99 this week, that is Corey Case. No, that's Nathan Faden. My bad. And then the number 82 is Carson Miller. I'm just going to redo that. On the pole is Chase McClure for Lord Team Caleb, and the number 50 of Chase McClure. And then alongside is Aaron Abel in the number 37. Andrew Williams in the number 13, and Sammy Camara in the number 64. The 05 of Warren Smith, and the 57 of BB Ruiz. And then the number 87 of Campbell Marsh, and the number 39 this week of Hallie Anderson Jr. And then the number 99 of Nathan Faden and Carson Miller in the 82 rounds out the top 10. And then we got the number 4 machine this week is Alexander Rowe in a third different color. And alongside is J.O. Rippleton in the number 98. Then we got the number 81 of Michael Lewis and the number 96. This week is Sam Oskin. And then we got the number 97 of Corey Case and the number 3 of Richard Kinghart. The number 1, which won last week as a color, is driven by Trey Smith this week. And the number 69 of Matt Blatt. And then the number 56 is Garrett Zendowska. And welcome back to the Summit Series. Took a week off. It's Stuart Grant and number 88 had to start deep in the field here today. And then the number 52 is Chris Mills. And the number 90 this week is Matthew Hall. And rounding out the grid here today at Atlanta Motor Speedway is the number 93 Joshua Anelli. And the number 02 Nathaniel Johnson rounding out the field here today. And Caleb, I'm going to put you on the spot. Only 25 laps we go from one of the longer races of Daytona to one of the short races of the season at Atlanta. Who do you think will win here today?
Well, like you said, got a lot of drivers up there towards the top of the points not showing up today, which could give a chance for some of these drivers that are about mid to lower half of the top 10 to maybe play a little bit of catch up here. And one of those drivers is sitting on the pole position, the 50 of Chase McClure. He enters this race 4th in points, just 24 points out of points leader Alexander Rowe. And he's got himself a good starting position. I think he might be able to hold on here, and I think he'll get the win here today.
We'll see what this 50 machine can do of Chase McClure. I believe he's been in this car every race so far this season, like a lot of drivers up to this point. As we understand what ends up happening, Hernandez is not in the field here today, and that's the big one. Basically, everyone else inside the top 10 in points is in the field besides Hernandez, so that's going to hurt him in the point standings. But only 25 laps here today. Same amount of laps, but about half the lap time here compared to Daytona. It will be Chase McClure and Enable Lanes to the Green is Sprint Series night in America at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The Georgia 150 is green for race 4 of the season. Good start from Andrew Williams in number 13. He told me on Discord a couple weeks ago it's been 400 plus days since he's won a race as a driver, but today be the day finally for him. He will lead lap number 1 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, but here comes third in points and able in number 37.
A lot of movement going on about mid-pack. We've got 3 wide on a lot of different places. Up towards the front, Andrew Williams takes the lead off the start. That was a great jump there by the 13, but now he's going to be under fire here from the number 37. That is Aaron Abel trying to take a peek to the inside. Chase McClure in the 50, staying on the outside, trying to push the 13 through. And then you got the 64 there as well of Sammy Kamara, also clear, but behind these guys, it's pretty much a hornet's nest right now as these guys still continue to really go out of for position. You got Alexander Rowe there in the 4. He's made his way up into the top 5, looking to try and hold on to that points lead.
From 11th to all the way inside the top 5, but he's going to get stuck up top. Looks like that top side doesn't really look out for in the middle of the field, but it's looking out for Andrew Williams right now. Still hanging on to this race of lead in the number 13 machine for Tyson Fury. And Abel really trying that inside lane. This is what I meant. Multi-groove action here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and always seeing it on lap number 4. Abel trying really hard to get this inside lane to work with Andrew Williams up top, and I think that's finally going to work out for him this time. Abel to the point, and here comes Campbell Motion in number 87. And some intense stuff at the moment. Hallie Anderson Jr. is in this 6-car breakaway up front. And wouldn't this be something if Alexander Rowe can go 3 in a row with 3 different cars here today, all the way inside the top 7, but starting to drop back with Corey Case on his inside. And fantastic stuff so far, and we still have 20 laps to go here in the Georgia 150.
A good fight there from Andrew Williams in the 13, trying to hold on that outside lane, but eventually does have to give the spot up there to the 37 of Aaron Abel. He clears for the lead, but now here comes the 87 of Campbell Marsh taking a peek to the inside with help from the 39 there of Hallie Anderson Jr. Marsh rolled the inside really good there, and he's already going to clear the 37 of Abel, and here comes Hallie Anderson Jr. now to the inside of the 37, looking to take that second spot away, way up the racetrack goes the 37 of Abel, but he's going to make it work. He's going to stay side by side for second. Andrew Williams tried to get down to the inside there, but looks like the 64 of Sammy Kamara is going to kind of fill that gap before he can. And now the 87 goes up to the outside, and that could open the door here for the 39 Anderson Jr. to potentially go at him for the race lead.
A great one from Hallie Anderson Jr. winning in the fifth position in points. And a lot of drivers that are up there in the point standings are up there here today. Right, Alexander Rowe inside the top 10. Campbell Marsh, Hallie Anderson Jr., Chase McClure, Andrew Williams, Corey Case. A lot of drivers that have won this season are front, but a little bit wide from the number 37 of Aaron Abel, and he's going to be under fire from Andrew Williams now. How about BB Ruiz and the number 57 making it 3 wide back here? The 97 is going to drop back. No, he's not. He's going to get into that side wall.
That's too high.
That's a little bit too high, and now he's going to drop back on all of his momentum about to get turned by the 81. That was a little bit close, and now that's going to allow Oscar to close in on the top group of the cars. And that's one thing I forgot to mention. You can run very high and very low here at this track. But if you go too high, you get into the wall, and a tough way for Corey Case and the number 97. But these top two starting to check out here early on.
Tough break there for Corey Case there, getting into the outside wall, and that stacked up pretty much the whole outside line back there, including the 4 of Alexander Rowe, who's really starting to fall back now, almost to the back of the field. So this could definitely give an opportunity for some of these guys up here to maybe try and go at it. Hallie Anderson Jr. right now sitting in the second position, as the 87 right now of Campbell Marsh kind of pulling away a little bit, or at least trying to. You got Aaron Abel now sitting in third, Anderson Jr. trying to go to the high side, and you got this 57, BB Ruiz, good run so far for him. He's kind of silently made his way through the field. So has the number 96 of Salmon Oskin. He's made his way up here into the top 10, is now trying to maybe make his way through these cars, maybe potentially put him up into the top 5. I have to wait and see how everything plays out, but right now our top 2 try to separate themselves from the rest of the field.
And those two are definitely doing a good job of the 87 of Marsh and the 39 of Anderson Jr. I think we're seeing some of the tire taking into effect. It's not a long race, so it's not a ton of tire, but there is enough that is affecting these guys here already on that number 12 of 25. And now the 98, both of my cars have gone into the inside wall now. We might have missed a setup for DNS Racing cars here in the Sprint Series here today, but how about Sam Austin? You mentioned him in the number 96. Hernandez has done a great job in this car so far this season, and now Austin is in the car. He's doing a great one once again, and just so much great action, multi-groove racing all over the place. Ruiz up to second, and we are halfway through the Georgia 150, and fantastic stuff early on, but Marshall is loving what he sees behind him.
Definitely nice to have everybody in your mirrors, especially from a distance, but yeah, it's been a really fun race so far, but really interesting to seeing all of these guys run all these different lines. With the number 37 there of Aaron Abel, he's been pretty much about constantly running right up against the wall, and he's done a pretty good job at it as well. I don't think he's gotten into the wall yet, so good stuff there from Aaron Abel. But, yeah, definitely a lot of great multi-groove racing going on, and it's definitely going to really get interesting as these tires start to wear. But up front, it's kind of condensing back down just a little bit. You've got these guys starting to close a little bit on the 87 of Campbell Marsh to the outside. Goes the 96 of Salmon Oskin, and to the inside, here comes the 57 Ruiz. I think he's gotten underneath the 87 of Marsh down the front straightaway, and they're going to be side by side going into turns 1 and 2.
And to the point, 7th in points, BP Ruiz to the point here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 11 laps to go here in the Georgia 150. Gonna quickly go to the back of the field. Unfortunately, the 05 is in the back, same as the 1. And the point leader of staying on the roll, not having a good one here, so I don't think he's gonna go 3 in a row, and he might lose his point lead to Abel, running in the 22nd position, I believe, for the number 4 machine. And then Stuart Brown, he's not really been able to make a lot of ground up towards the front, still in the back part of the field. But there's still great action all throughout the field. And Abel's now on this inside lane. Matt Black as well in the 69. Chase McClure is in the midst as well. 9 laps to go. And we'll see if Ruiz can hang on and get the race win. But we have basically 10 cars under a blanket here in the Georgia 150.
Here comes the 50. Chase McClure. Ruiz kind of missed the corner there a little bit. Tried to come down and maybe try and block the 50, but the 50 was already there, and he reacted, kind of slid up the racetrack there. And that opens the door for McClure to get down to the inside. He might try and take the race lead away here. It looks like he might. Ruiz, though, putting up a good fight on that outside lane. He got a great run there off of turn number 4. And the Hornet's Nest now is pretty much right here at the front of the field. We've got probably about 10, 11, 12-ish cars under a blanket here. And right now, they're all being led by Chase McClure and BB Ruiz, still side by side for the lead. We'll maybe have to see if anyone tries to maybe jump out and potentially try and go 3 wide. We'll have to see. With all these guys all bunched up like this, it's definitely possible, and especially with us getting into the late stages of this race when aggression and desperation starts to ramp up. But these two are still side by side for the race lead. McClure kind of poking a nose ahead. Ruiz still trying to run the top, but it looks like Chase McClure is going to clear for the time being. Have to see if maybe Matt Black can get to the inside of him here.
This is almost looking like the current day Atlanta with these guys going side by side, but I can assure you today it is Tyler, and I think this is just where all these guys' tires are about even at this point. Sammy Camaro tried peeking on that 64, and it's going to be a scene what ends up happening. 6 laps to go, and we'll see if we end up seeing a third full finish in the 4 races to kick off the season. That would be something else, and feel bad for us if that was to happen for the top 25 at the end of the year. But Matt Black will lead us to the 5 to go signal, and we'll see what he can do. Matt Black running not that great in the point standings for him up to this point, running in the 19th position after winning every race, and he's trying to get a big victory here in the Peach State.
Clear for the race lead there, and has himself a little bit of a gap there to the 37 of Aaron Abel. You've got Sammy Kamara, you've got your car up there, Nathan, you got the 98 of J.R. Ribbleton on the inside lane there. The outside lane kind of jamming up there. We got 3 wide back there between the 93, the 13, and the 97. As a 93 of Joshua Neely, a big move down to the inside. He's going to make that work. Aaron Abel goes way up the racetrack. Here comes J.R. Ribbleton in the number 98, and I'm sure Matt Black is loving this. He is trying to pull away with this race lead, and this time by it's going to be 3 laps to go from Atlanta.
Matt Black might have saved his stuff for the perfect time, pulling away from the field, but look at that push that Camaro just gave and Abel down the front stretch. If Abel can do what he's been doing always long and whip the high side, no, he can't. Ribbleton to the inside, side by side for second, Stuart Grant into that outside wall again. He's done that a couple times here today. His car might be a little bit tight. And now Abel's going to get clear of Ribbleton, running the high side again, what he's been doing always long. Here we go, 2 laps to go in the Georgia 150.
Here comes Abel, and here comes Ribbleton. Big move down to the inside. He had a crazy run there down the front straightaway. Probably had some help there from all those cars like Allie Anderson Jr., but they're side by side for the race lead down the back straightaway. Matt Black with a decent push there on the top from the 37 of Aaron Abel. Into 3 and 4 for the second to final time. A great run on the outside there for Matt Black. He's going to stay clear for the time being, but he's going to have to hold on for 1 more lap.
And that might be an understatement with how many cars up behind him. Abel 20 on the high side, 20 at lowest lane, inches away from the wall. That's going to cost him a couple of positions. It's going to come down to Ribbleton and Matt Black in 3 and 4. We've seen it before, but it is not over yet. Oh my goodness, almost contact with the 93 and the 96.
Whoa.
Littleton into the
Oh, and
outside
he's
wall.
on the wall.
That's gonna do it. Well, 25 lap sprint. Matt Blatt, 19th in points, will win the Georgia 150. Whew.
Wow.
How about that? What a sprint right there for the sprint series at Atlanta. And Matt Blatt, by the edge of his teeth, ends up getting the race win. Littleton tried sending it in 3 and 4, didn't quite get the job done. And then meanwhile, the 93 about got into the 96. There's so much action all over the track here today. And that just got me excited for the World Cup Series race here in a few days' time. That is going to be fun. A great win for Matt Black in the number 69. His first win of the season.
How about that for Matt Black? What a finish here from Atlanta. That was a spectacular finish. Great effort there from J.R. Reynolds. And yeah, he pretty much about sent it into the last corner, and fortunately kind of got into the outside wall there. Just didn't really work out for him. But what a race here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. This track is something else, let me tell you. But what a race and what a win there for Matt Black. That's definitely going to really help him there in the point standings.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, was 19th in points entering today, and definitely gonna help him a little bit. And you know, who's really gonna help from what happened here today? Aaron Abel in number 37. He got third. He was third in points, 10 points behind Alexander Rowe, who kind of disappeared, just fell back to the back of the field and finished 22nd here today. So I'm gonna say there's a 99% chance that Aaron Abel will be the new point leader heading into Coda next week. But what a race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Matt Blatt, J.L. Littleton, Aaron Abel, Hallie Anderson Jr., Sammy Kamara, Cement Oskin, Joshua Nelly. So deep in the field and gets the top 10 one here today. Andy Williams in 8th, Chase McClure in 9th, BP Ruiz round out the top 10. Colson Miller, Campbell Marsh, Matthew Hall, Corey Case, Richard Kingott, Nathan Faden, Michael Lewis, Stuart Grant got into the wall multiple times. Looks like he just had a tight race car here today. Gets Sendelska in the number 56, gets 19th. Chris Reynolds in 20th. Nathaniel Johnson in 21st. Alexander Moore 22nd. And then a bad day if the name is Trey Smith or Warren Smith. They finished 6 and 8 seconds behind the pack in 23rd and 24th. Well, that was a fun one here. What do you think we will see in the World Cup Series race here in a few days' time for that race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway?
Yeah, that definitely really gets me looking forward to the World Cup Series race here. That was an absolutely spectacular race, and definitely going to be interesting to see how the Cup cars do here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how everything goes down. But yeah, this track never seems to disappoint. This track always produces great racing. No matter here on this channel or over on your channel, Nathan, it always produces spectacular races, and definitely cannot wait to see how it does with the Wawa Cup Series.
Oh yeah, Atlanta, one of the best Mile House on another, and it's going to be interesting what ends up happening for the Wawa Cup Series. Sign-ups are happening here fairly shortly for race 5 at Coda for the first road course race of the season. And see how that one shakes out. I believe there might be pit stops. Gonna have to double check with Alex for that one, but I'm interested in what ends up happening at Coda next week. But Matt Black is going to enjoy this one, 19th in points, and hangs on to get his first win of the 2025 Hurlsman Series season. Points will come up at the end of the video. Thanks for Kev for joining me up here in the booth, and congratulations to Matt Black and the number 69 team of Duane Racing, and until next week at Coda, we will see you guys then.